Hey guys, welcome to the Live, Play podcast. I'm your host Stephen Kinsler, and on the show today we have Lee, the Peacock, the Bull Gibson, who is a coach here at FSM. Lee is on the show pretty much because generally we have a lot of banter just when we're working. So we thought we'd get him on, and hopefully this is the start of a beautiful podcast friendship. Where we'll be shooting the shit and talking nonsense.
You're listening to the Live, Play podcast.
Lee, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, boss. Thanks for getting me out of bed early on a Saturday morning.
Yes, it is 6:30 in the AM on a Saturday. Best time to do podcasts.
Nobody to bother you.
No one to bother you, except for this fella. Yeah. Let's get into the show. So today what we're actually going to be talking about, guys, firstly, and if you are not actually following us or it's your first time listening, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and leave a comment if you want us to talk about anything in particular. But for you've been with us now for how long?
3 years.
3 years. Sauntered off to the States. Came back with a girl.
Unfortunately.
Can't edit that. Came back to the States. Started interning. Has been working with us now for about a year and a half. A year and a half now.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more than that. And but today we want to talk about like the fallacy that is the fitness industry and what people think is going to happen and what actually is the real life aspect of working in the fitness industry. So for you, what was firstly what attracted you to the fitness industry to actually even start educating yourself?
So I always struggled with my weight, always since I was a kid. So when I was about 19, I started training a bit, doing a bit with some friends, lost a lot of weight then. And then I thought, actually, this is something I could really get into. But I was working in bars at the time, and I was making a lot of money doing that. So, but I decided to make the change about 4 years ago. I did my PT certs and was like, oh, I can do it. But at the time, I was actually pretty high up in the company I was working for, so I would have taken a huge pay cut, couldn't justify it. But I still did my PT certs, and then I just got to a stage where the lifestyle of being a bartender wasn't sustainable anymore, and I wanted to do something every day that didn't involve getting people drunk or hammered or cleaning up sick, only if I made them sick. So I thought, you know what, like, it's time to make the change. I loved being a member here, I loved training here, I loved the whole environment of everything that I did here. So I thought, like, just go for it, give it a chance to go and do it.
And then when you like before you actually like you signed out, there was an Elite Academy. You went and trained with Sean and Jay.
Yeah, Sean and Jay.
So even before you decided to like start your course and become a personal trainer, like what was your initial thought? I remember what I was thinking when I was going into the fitness industry.
Yeah.
What was your initial thought? Because I think this is like now looking back on it, hilarious what I was thinking. But what were you thinking when you were going into
so like when I thought, I'd be like, you'll start, like within a couple of weeks you'll have like 10 clients charging €50 an hour, you'll work like 4 hours a day, making good money every week, you work the hours you want, nice and handy. And I was like, and you're working in the gym, so like you have no excuse not to train. Turns out it's the complete opposite. Takes a bit of time to build up your clientele. It really does, and it's about getting results with those clients to get more clients. So the best way for clients to come to you is referrals, I've found. But then I found like the more hours you do in the gym, the more you don't want to train.
Yeah. The
more you want to, just as soon as you get a chance, run out the door. Especially because I love training in a group when it comes to that time where I have a couple of hours free in the middle of the day. There's no one around to train with. So like, I thought like you'd be in the gym, training with all your mates all the time, you'd be working, making loads of money. Now, money has steadily got better as I've worked. But it's not like everyone portrays it, like anyone I follow on Instagram that's PTs and stuff, they portray to be this like savage lifestyle where they only work like 2 hours a day and they drive fancy cars and bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, it's hours and hours of grinding, it's spending hours like poring over like programs to make sure everything's right. Then it's trying a program out with a client and then realising they can't do any of it and you have to start all again. Like it's like, I thought, you know, like, yeah, you just go in, you just do it and, you know, make up a couple of things and people will do it and it's great fun and you'll make loads of money. It's not like that.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Because I remember when I went in, it was, I honestly thought I was going to college to get shredded.
Yeah.
I actually think I gained more weight in college from really bad lifestyle. I think the fitness in between 2000 and 2003, the 3 years that I was there, we were the most piss heads that you could imagine. Us and the ballet girls. Oh no, the nurses. Us and the fitness and the nurses girls. We were not nurse girls, beauty girls were the piss heads. Which was kind of strange. More guys in my year smoked. So during fitness classes, I wouldn't, sorry, but the lads
Oh, it's coming up now.
But yeah, I was the same as you. I got my first job. I was like, yeah, like if I get 5 clients a day, 5 days a week, I was like 60 grand a year, I'm winning. And then I was the most, at the time, because you're fresh out of college, you're certified, you know everything.
Oh, God.
So you're number one, and you are the most qualified coach that no one's ever heard of. You've no understanding of actual real life people. And so I've gone through a lot of years of just doing like the general gym jobs and making basic money and then like sometimes making good money with different companies. And you get sold a delusion of these influencers, and a lot of those influencers and stuff on social media are full of shit, because if you look at actually guys that are very profitable in their companies and doing well and living an actual honest lifestyle, they will tell you that it's a grind, it is a hard work. And like one thing you said is that when you are in the fitness industry and you do train in a group environment, the times you have off, there is no one around. So you have to train your own.
That's a big thing. And I found really in the ramp up towards Christmas last year that like the more hours I picked up, the less I wanted to train, the less I wanted to be here to train. And I really fell off the wagon. Now I've come back and I've set myself goals like, you know, any chance I get to get out of here that doesn't involve training, I go home. Like in the mornings I used to just sit around and wait for the next class. Now I live 5 minutes away, so I go home, I have my breakfast and just have a little bit of headspace. It's making a massive difference. I've been consistently training now since I've come back. Yeah. And weight's starting to come off again, body fat's coming down. Hopefully now I'll get to 90 kilos and be rock solid. You know, I'll be like The Rock, except white.
Yeah, okay. Again, back to the delusion aspect of the fitness industry. I trained like the Rock for a day. But yeah, and I've been there. So many coaches have been there. That you get it's burnout. It's burnout from, like, I know if you love what you do, if you do what you love every day, you'll never work a day in your life. That's bullshit, because you still have to go to work. Yeah. You still have to do the day-to-day things. There's classes that are just hard to coach because you're tired. Like even you were saying the other day, you were wrecked one morning, and it was hard to just motivate yourself just to get it done. And people, as much as like we say, like when you're going out there, you get 1 hour to impact a lot of people. You get 1 hour to make their day better. But some days you're having a bad day, and it's hard to. And then the group environment, the clients you work with can turn that day around for you because you're having a bad day, and then you do that repeatedly for them.
It's kind of like you feed off their energy as well. You get some days though, like when I was feeling kind of shitty the other morning, like I told the guys, don't be shouting, can everyone listen to me? Yeah. And the first thing they all said, ooh, we're gonna break Lee today. And I was just like, oh, I was like, I have to be cheery. Yeah. And then that actually helped because
it does.
Because I didn't want to let them make me snap.
Yeah.
Because like 5:30 in the morning, like I'm usually the energizer bunny,
Yeah.
you know, like bouncing around the class, checking on everyone. And so then I was like, I can't. And then and it helped me come back then, like after the first 2 classes, then I was fine for the rest of the day.
Yeah. And that really makes it, I find that when I train in the mornings, I'm set up for the day, I'm more mentally focused. I don't particularly like training in the mornings, but I really say, if I say I'm going to train like a 12 or 1 or 2, I drag the day to training, and then I try to contemplate how not to train.
Yeah.
And try and throw excuses in. But then that's one of the reasons why I hired you guys. I had you as a coach for 10 weeks. I'm on week 8 now with Dave, and then I'll be working on my own till Reen finishes school, and then I'll be working with Reen, and then Alex, and then back to you. So when it comes to your training, like, so here's another thing that I find hilarious in the fitness industry, is that everyone thinks that all trainers are jacked and shredded. Not everyone is genetically gifted to be there, and some people just have a different path. Like, you would have mobility issues, right?
Definitely.
100%. And we've worked, since you've started, your mobility has gotten so much better.
100 times better.
And there's still a long way to go.
Oh, 100%.
And then obviously, as you say, like you gain weight, you're trying to like drop the weight again. But you're a bigger guy naturally. I would be a bigger guy naturally. Reen would be as well. So
he's getting too fucking lean though.
Well, you see, he started doing all this when he's 13 years of age.
I seen him the other day. I was like, Jesus, your chest getting big there. He's like, is it? I hadn't noticed. I was like, oh.
Yeah, he doesn't buy those tight house from him. But yeah, so, but I find that, taking nothing away from a guy that is aesthetic or a girl that is aesthetically pleasing and does look athletic, I think it helps you work with clients better that are struggling mentally with their weight. Because as we spoke about before, some people are actually nervous they feel so bad about themselves. They're actually that nervous about taking a step to want to feel good.
And working with someone who's just so jacked and so shredded, and who can never really relate, like, who's never struggled. And I find, for me, it's very easy for me to talk to a lot of clients who are struggling with their weight or having like emotional issues, because I've been there. I was that fat guy. I was the fat guy in the friends. I was always the friend of all the girls because I was the fat guy. That changed, but it's hard. And it's hard. The hardest thing for me was actually getting help to kind of make that change. And it was only for a friend helping me that I actually made change and start doing things, because I'd given up when I was about 19. I just decided I was going to be that fat guy forever. Until a friend actually gave me the helping hand, pushed me to go to some classes. And then from there, I found that I actually wasn't too bad and just started pushing.
And that's it. And it's trying to find out where you are. And again, I spoke to a member about this yesterday actually, and we were talking about body image, and that there's certain looks that we used to all assume were part of the fitness industry or part of being healthy, and now what's coming about is that people are understanding that being fit and healthy doesn't necessarily mean six-pack abs. For a lot of people to have six-pack abs would actually be very unhealthy for them to get there, because their body, they're not built like that.
I think, like, I've always wanted to have a six-pack, and I always said, if I got a six-pack for a week, I'd take 4 years worth of pictures and post one every week for the next 4 years, you know what I mean? But for me a six-pack, I think, is, like, I think it would be achievable, but I would have to stop living my life. I wouldn't be able to, like, I love food. I love all sorts of food, variety, spicy, I like everything. I'll try it. I love it. And that's a big thing for me, is self-control when it comes to food. And now I've been keeping a nutrition journal, so I'm a lot more conscious about what I put in. I still have my bad days. I still have to put stuff in that I'm not proud of, like a Mars Duo, but you know, best part about Mars Duo, when you think there's one gone, there's another one left. But it's hard, and I get the struggle of people who can't do it. Do you know what I mean? We have a client here, and she's having the exact same trouble as like I'd have, self-control, and it's small winnable battles. Like this week I set myself a personal goal, because my favourite snack now is trying my sweets is sourdough bread and red pepper hummus. Love it. So, but I was eating way, like I'd eat half a pan in 2 days.
Yeah.
So, what I've done this week is I set myself a goal, no bread. Now, I had a slice of bread last night when I came home just because I was tired. Quick slice of bread with some hummus, and then I had spaghetti bolognese.
Yeah.
Boom. That was it. But one slice of bread in the week gone from, say, 15 normally. So, it's about small, achievable things you can tackle week to week. I think it's going to be the best way to approach it. I think trying to drastically change your lifestyle, like, I've done where personal trainers give me a nutrition plan and you follow this and you don't deviate from this, and like, don't get me wrong, I've done it for like 4 weeks, and then someone's standing in front of you with like a Snickers or something, you grab it out of their hand, give me that sugar. So it's hard.
It is, and the sustainable aspect of like those diets, like training like a bodybuilder, eating like a bodybuilder, it doesn't work for everybody. And then you have all the different types of diets. You have like the paleo, keto, intermittent fasting, water diet, vegan.
Now, I think
they all have their place.
I'm gonna stop you there. I think I think intermittent fasting is a very sustainable diet.
Yeah.
Because it's not really a diet, it's just a scheduled eating time.
Yeah. Okay.
I think intermittent fasting, because you're not restricting yourself on calories or what you can actually eat. Now, it doesn't mean that you can eat 6 pizzas in the time that you have to eat, but what happens in that time if you're doing a 16-hour split gives your digestive system a bit of time to recover, helps your body with a thing called autophagy. So it's about regeneration of cells through your body, also puts you into a higher fat burning zone.
Yes.
Now, take some time to get there, like to get comfortable waiting that 16 hours to eat. And then when you get that time to eat, it's good. But I did it intermittent fasting for 6 weeks and I saw really good results.
Yeah. So why wasn't it sustainable?
Because I went away on holidays. And then, yeah. You know what I mean?
That's not, I know. I know when someone tells me that they're adamant about a diet and then I go, yeah, well.
No, but it is completely, it is completely sustainable.
It's probably the easier of most diets because you're just not consuming food at a certain time. It's not that you're trying to replace food or remove food from your diet. You're allowed to eat healthily. But the other aspect, and this little tidbit on intermittent fasting, as Lee alluded to, it doesn't mean you have an 8-hour window to eat shit. It means that you still eat healthy in that 8-hour window.
Yeah.
You're just not eating as much.
Exactly.
It's like some people are like, oh yeah, like I can eat what I want. No, you can't.
2 liters of Coke and a pizza. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not the design of it. But yeah, all the different like diets and that. But like, what right now? Because I see a lot of stuff. Like obviously we follow a lot of different people on Instagram and Facebook and just in general YouTube and all that. What pisses you off in the fitness industry? I have a list as long as my arm, to be honest. What gets your goat?
Not even on Instagram. I always like to pick up when I'm in a shop. I always pick up an issue of men's health.
I used to be a subscriber myself.
Alright.
Or Muscle Media.
No.
If you remember Muscle Media, like and comment. Muscle Media. What's Sean Phillips and Bill Phillips.
Alright. And what bugs me about this is they always put up these like celebrity workouts.
Yes.
Alright? They're like, Chris Hemsworth, celebrity workout. This is what Chris Hemsworth does to look like Thor. But it also doesn't tell you that Chris Hemsworth has one of the best personal trainers in the world. He has a dietitian, a personal chef, a sleep coach. He has everything the best of money can buy. That's why Chris Hemsworth gets that results with that workout, if he does that workout, which he probably doesn't. Do you know what I mean? He probably just signs his name to that workout for men's health for that reason. Yeah. Because when you look at these workouts, it's like a 25-minute workout to look like that. As much as we like to think that works, it doesn't.
Well, yeah,
it's feeding people bullshit to make it feel like it's accessible for them, when he's really not doing what they're doing from that magazine. Like Chris Hemsworth, any celebrity, don't just use, like, will have
the name of good going.
Will have like chef, like a nutritionist, everything you could possibly think of to make things go right for them. Me as an average poor person, I don't have that. You know what I mean? I just gotta work with what I got, make better choices I can make. I'm my own chef, pretty dab hand in the kitchen as well. Make a mean chicken curry.
Well, it should be easy for you, isn't it?
Yeah, but like sometimes it's fun to cook bad stuff.
I'm just trying to find a guy who literally like rips people apart. Well, not rips you. He does a lot of factual stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I get like, cause, and here's your thing about what you're saying about
nutrition, fake training.
No, but Thor, right? So also, he's getting paid what 10 million to be big.
Yeah.
Like, if you came to me and go, hey Steve, I'm gonna give you 10 million, you got 6 months to get checked. I'm like, okay, no problem.
Yeah, but
because I'd have the money to hire all those guys, and then I'm gonna make like 10 million plus whatever I'm gonna make on after that because I'm getting jacked. But if you ever notice, from between actually one film Thor, Chris Hemsworth did was Thor, and then he did some whaling film. I don't know what that was, and he was like masticated. Like he was skinny, he was like because he had to starve himself. So looking like, and then even if you talk to, even if you watch like Hugh Jackman or any of those guys talking about Henry Cavill, about training and to have the pump on the day, they're like water fasting for 3 days to get shredded. They have headaches. It's not like for that epic scene where he pops his top.
Yeah.
It's not actually, that was like a lot of prepping just to be that shredded, and it's not sustainable. But I watched Henry Cavill for Men's Health video. I think it was Men's Health video, and he was doing his training. But if you ever follow him on Instagram, and I admire him because of his. Firstly, he's a very handsome man. I'm going to say that.
He's a good-looking man.
Very handsome man.
He's a good choice to Superman.
Susan thinks there's something there between me and him. Like, maybe me, not him.
I don't think he knows you.
He follows me on Instagram, sure, on his fake account.
Yeah.
But his training, like he gets up like when he posts, like he's always doing fasted cardio, and then he's in the gym, like, and he does that consistently. But it's to most people. Firstly, that's boring. It's hard work.
Yeah.
And people mentally tough. And people want to get, like that's what I used to always say when people say, because we live in Bray, I want Katie Taylor's body. And I'm like, are you willing to give me 6 hours a day and give up everything? No. You can't get it in a 45-minute spin class or pump class or any class.
Bet you could get it in Zumba.
Get it? But one of the guys I was talking about there, I love watching his videos. I'll put his link in, Shredded Sports Science on YouTube. Check this guy out. Firstly, he's hilarious, but he does a lot of facts on. He does a video on athlete training and stuff like that. Really, really good. I think it's amazing. But for me, what's pissing me off in the fitness industry is all this. It's more on the business end. It's like I've got all these people that have gyms now are telling you how to make money, but they're not living the life of Riley, and or like I got a beautiful brochure from a company which you know who I'm talking about how to business mentoring from my very good friend, and my opinion is I tell you what, I do have a business mentor, and you know what I do? I work with him because I know exactly his revenue. Well, I don't know exactly, he would never tell me exactly, but I know how much money he makes on average, and I know and he's helping me make more money by providing a better service for clients. But yeah, there's so much stuff that's out there, and here's the new thing, and Dan John said it to us, and I've heard it ever since. Either it's like, you know, when you buy a car and then you see that car on the road, it could be something like that. But isometrics, fuck me, is everyone go, yeah, hold your tension. Isometric training is really good, and we do it for our strongman, like sandbag walks, farmers carries, all that stuff.
You'll ever do.
That's where I like to put my isometric training. But wait till you see, it's coming, it's going to become like this new program, or like, you see, even better. Pay me $99 and I'll give you 1,000 workouts. No. 1,000 bodybuilding workouts, 1,000 CrossFit workouts. It's a new ad that's been promoted. This guy's written all these programs because that's what you do. Pay me $99. Now he'll probably sell because his marketing is constantly there.
I haven't seen this now.
Oh, this on Elite Instagram. You on Elite Instagram? It's where me and Henry Cavill hang.
Not for us poor people.
It's where these jack lads hang.
How are you on it?
Shredded. I'm an influencer.
Yeah.
I'm the next big thing at 30 when I turn 38. 26 more days. 38 years of age. I am old.
So old.
Yeah. Decade older than you. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna move on because we're just 30 minutes in. Is the fitness industry for everybody?
No. I know a lot of people, like, I get up at 4:20 in the morning.
I love getting up early.
I'm very indifferent about it. On my days off, I like to sleep in, and by sleep in, I sleep in till 7 o'clock in the morning. That's me sleeping in. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm so used to getting up every morning on 4:20, it's my lie-in now. Like, I slept till 6:15 this morning. I was like, ooh.
An extra hour in bed.
Yeah. And like, I get up, I come to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. I go home at 12 for a couple of hours, unless I have PTs in the middle of the day. And then I'm back here at 4 o'clock most days till 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's the hours of the fitness industry.
And a lot of people I know would not do that. They would jump ship. They're not willing to grind that many hours a day and put in the work. And like, for the first 6 months I worked here, I didn't get paid or anything. I just came in and I did the work and I proved myself. I earned my spot. If there was any extra things that needed to be done, I'd put my hand up straight away and I'd jump in and do it. Because I've always had a strong work ethic. I've always liked to get stuck in and do work and work hard and do a good job. So for a lot of people, fitness industry, like, they think it would be for them.
It's not a cushy number. Well, it's not a cushy number for most people. A few kind of outliers there would be, but as you said, work ethic, and that's another thing, is that I only reward work ethic, and like I will, like, you know what you can get to. You start off with nothing, and then we're getting it, and we're building it, and we're building it, and we're building, and if you turn up, that's great. But if you provide if you give me 51%, you'll definitely get a bigger return in the long term. Like, Dave's been with me 7 years. He started off, I think he was a year and a half unpaid intern, because he was coming from, like, really raw. And I was a raw coaching my first intern. So Dave was my first intern. And then moving on to, obviously we had then with Sarah and Sue and Reen and yourself and Alex. And so I think work ethic is a big part of being in the fitness industry. And it's a bit of a slog, but there is a reward at the end. If you do put in your due diligence and you do put the work in, there will be the reward there, because as you build your reputation, you'll have more people wanting to work solely with yourself. Like, I did 8 weeks or 10 weeks with Lee while I was rehabbing, and never missed a session. Dave, never missed a session.
Wow.
Drop. Never missed a session, and got me back to where I need to be. I got my program. Some workouts were interesting and tough. That burpee, fucking box jump, wall ball.
It's good.
That's it. Sometimes I over exaggerated what I had to do. When I taught what I can do and what my body can do are two different things. But like, I have no problem referring Lee for clients now, and then you've held on to most of your PTs since you started here.
Yeah. And
that's a testament, because a lot of PTs might start, but you're holding on to PTs for 6 months up to a year. That's pretty decent in regards to being a trainer, and especially still kind of a new trainer in the fitness industry. But guys, hopefully we're gonna have Lee a couple of times now on the show. We're kind of gonna make the Ste and Lee Show. We have really good topics. We just have to really get our words right.
We'll put it to you. How do you feel about that transgender woman smashing all the weightlifting records in New Zealand?
Yeah.
We know how we feel.
Mm-hmm.
And we would like to find out how you feel. We are going to touch on this, but we have to make sure I am very politically correct, because I'm very blunt.
Yeah.
So we're going to do our research, and we're going to have a fat chat about this.
Yeah, and it's kind of, is it the demise of female sports? I think that's where it can go.
You're listening to the Live, Play podcast.